"Have you guessed the riddle yet?" the Hatter said, turning to Alice again. "No, I give it up," Alice replied. "What's the answer?" "I haven't the slightest idea," said the Hatter. "Nor I," said the March Hare. Alice sighed wearily. "I think you might do something better with the time," she said, "than waste it in asking riddles that have no answers." This is a quote from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, and the riddle in question is, why is a raven like a writing desk? When Lewis Carroll first wrote this riddle, it had no answer. The answer never comes up in the story, so he didn't need to write one. But lots of people wanted to know the solution to this riddle, so much so that in the preface of the 1896 edition, he wrote the following. "Inquiries have been so often addressed to me as to whether any answer to the Hatter's riddle can be imagined, that I may as well put on record here what seems to me to be a fairly appropriate answer, because it produces a few notes, though they are very flat, and it is never put with the wrong end first. This, however, is merely an afterthought. The riddle, as originally invented, had no answer at all." So the very flat notes that he refers to in the solution are a reference to a raven's call, which is quite a hoarse, throaty kind of sound. And you might notice the strange spelling of never there. That is because it is raven written backwards. However, this wordplay was lost on one of the proofreaders, who corrected the spelling in later editions to never, making Lewis Carroll's solution slightly more confusing. So you'd think that would be the end of it. The riddle with no answer now has a solution that was written by the original author. But no, people have continued to come up with their own answers from when the book was written all the way up till the modern day. So the first time I heard this riddle, before I even knew it came from Alice in Wonderland, I heard this as, why is a raven like a writing desk? Because Poe wrote on both. This answer was devised by Sam Lloyd, a famous puzzle creator, back in 1914, and it refers to Edgar Allan Poe and his most famous poem, The Raven, which he presumably wrote on a writing desk. Sam Lloyd came up with several other solutions as well. Another notable one is, why is a raven like a writing desk? Because the notes for which they are not noted for being musical notes. That is another reference to the raven's less than musical call. Another popular answer that I've seen in a lot of places is because they both have inky quills. There are a number of kind of rhyming answers, including the following. Why is a raven like a writing desk? Because a writing desk is a rest for pens, and a raven is a pest for wrens. Wrens being a small songbird. Because one is good for writing books and the other is better for biting rooks. And because one has flapping fits and the other has fitting flaps. To me, these feel more like the answer to the question, what's the difference between a raven and a writing desk? Several answers refer to bills, which is of course another word for a bird's beak. These include, why is a raven like a writing desk? Outstanding bills are on both of them, and bills and tails are among their characteristics. Since Alice in Wonderland is a nonsense story, several nonsense solutions have been suggested. Why is a raven like a writing desk? Because you cannot ride either one of them like a bicycle. And one of my favourite solutions, because there is a B in both and an N in neither. This one was written by Aldous Huxley, the author of Brave New World. Speaking of which, why is a raven like a writing desk? Because without them, Brave New World could not have been written. I'm sure Aldous Huxley sat down at a writing desk when he penned Brave New World, and you cannot write the words Brave New World without rave N. Margaret Bow Burns suggested the answer could be because a raven eats worms and a writing desk is worm-eaten. She was writing an article about the theme of eating and consumption in Alice in Wonderland and found that a fitting answer to the riddle. I'm bringing it right up to the modern day. Writing for the website Gizmodo, Emily Inglis Arkell suggests, why is a raven like a writing desk? Because neither is approached without cause. Bringing us full circle with another reference to the raven's less than musical calls. Now, I could easily have tripled the length of this video listing answers people have come up with. Once you start looking for answers, it's very easy to get pulled down a rabbit hole. Francis Huxley, nephew of Aldous Huxley, actually wrote a whole book on the subject called The Raven and the Writing Desk. So the riddle with no answer has more answers than any other riddle, and to me that sounds like just the kind of nonsense that Lewis Carroll would have approved of.